Welcome to Yoga Rising. This is a half-hour flow to kind of get the circulation moving, doing a little bit of balance work, and hopefully feeling stretched out and refreshed after the flow. Settle onto your mat, rolling the shoulders back and down. Now take a scan of your body from the crown of the head through the feet, starting to notice if there's any unnecessary tension in the body, tension that can be released with a few deep breaths. And then also notice if you have any areas that may require some modifications, if there's injuries, and just be mindful of those throughout the practice. Nothing in yoga should hurt. And if something is causing pain or discomfort, back out. And then bring the torso so that the torso is sitting right over the hips. We often sit forward. Again, roll those shoulders back and down. Lengthen the spine. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And start to connect with the breath. Allowing your body to settle and relax onto the mat. Connecting with those inhales and exhales. Take a few breaths here to set your intention. How are you going to move through this practice? And how will you approach the rest of your day? One more inhale here. And on the exhale, drop chin towards chest as you lift chest towards chin, really lengthening the back of the neck. Letting the head be a little heavy. Inhale to bring that chin through center towards the ceiling, opening up the front of the neck, checking in with the back of the neck. If the back of the neck is feeling scrunched or compressed, drop the chin slightly. Take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, bring the head back to that center position. And we're going to start to do a few rotations with the head. You can do this as one full circle, or if your neck feels tweaky, you can always do a half circle. One more circle in this direction, and reverse. Coming back to the center position with the head. Reach the arms overhead, lengthening the sides of the torso. Big inhale here. And on the exhale, drop the hands on top of the shoulders, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Start to do a few circles in one direction. And in the other direction. Coming back to a center position. Inhale the arms back up, and on the exhale, we're going to twist to the right, keeping the spine nice and tall. Inhale, arms overhead, twist to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. And then we'll meet back with those arms overhead. Big inhale here. And on the exhale, interlace the fingers, flip the palms towards the ceiling, acting as if you're going to pull those fingers apart. And on an exhale, drop those arms in front of you, still acting as if you're going to pull those fingers apart, but this time the upper back is rounded, navel's coming towards spine. One more inhale here. Notice which pinky is on top. And on the exhale, sweep the arms behind you. And now switch which pinky is on top, drawing the shoulder blades together, avoiding any rounding here. Maybe taking a look up at the ceiling. And then if you've got a little more room to go, you can start hinging at the hips and folding forward. Take an inhale to bring yourselves back up. And on the exhale, release the hands. Go ahead and shake them out. Come into a table position. We're going to extend that right leg off to the right side, resting it on the inner right foot. Take an inhale to lift head, chest, and tailbone. Exhale, round the upper back, tuck the tailbone under. Few extended leg cat-cows. Coming back to that center position, sweep the right arm towards the ceiling, opening the chest up. Big inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose, keeping that right leg where it is. Gently pulse the hips back. You should get a little bit of sensation in the groin muscles, a little bit in that inner right leg. Next time you pulse back, hold here. Hips forward, release that right leg under the right hip, and then wag the tail, bringing the hips towards the shoulders a couple times. And we'll do that sequence on the other side. Extend that left leg out, tuck the tailbone under, draw the navel towards the spine. Starting your cat-cows, checking in, palms are pressing into the mat, fingers are spread wide. One more cat, one more cow. And then come to a neutral position, sweep the left arm up, opening the chest up here. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose, starting to pulse the hips back. Trying to keep that right knee directly under the right hip. Next time you pulse the hips back, hold there. Getting that inner leg stretch on the left side, maybe a little bit into the groin muscles. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose. Go ahead and wag the tail. And then we're going to curl the toes under, pushing the heels back to lift the knees off the mat. Fingers are pressing into the mat, palms are pressing into the mat. Take one more inhale here, and on the exhale, come into your first step. The feet a few times, easing into this. And then we're going to take that right foot and cross it in front of into the outside of the left foot, getting a little bit of a calf stretch. Release the right foot, we'll switch sides, bringing that left foot in front of into the outside of the right. Release that left leg, pedal the feet a couple more times, and then take an inhale as you look forward and walk the feet right up to the hands, coming into a forward fold. Keeping a micro bend in the knees, allowing the arms to dangle. You can sweep the fingertips side to side. And then come back, coming into your forward fold, shaking out head, neck, and shoulders. On the next inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Right hand is going to grab left wrist to come over to the right side. Inhale to center and switch sides. Inhale back to center, drop the palms over the crown of the head, getting a little bit of an upper arm stretch here. Inhale as you press the palms together, fingertips come towards the ceiling. Big inhale here, and on the exhale, drop the palms over the heart center. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, flip the fingertips down, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Inhale to flip the fingers back up. And on the exhale, release the hands, shake them out. And then come into a neutral stance with the feet about hip width apart. Just checking in to make sure that all edges of the feet are pressing into the mat. Toes are spread nice and wide. Your weight is evenly distributed on each foot. Arms are hanging by your sides, shoulders relaxed. Taking a breath or two here. We're going to start to rock heel to toe. You can start adding the arms doing this, finding that balance on the toes, even if it's just a split second. Next time you come onto the toes, see if you can hold there. You can keep the arms on, or hands on the hips, arms by your sides, or if you want a little bit more, sweep the arms overhead. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose, pedal the feet out a couple times. And then bring the hands back to the hips, checking in with those feet. And we're going to step the right foot forward, raising the heel up. And release that right foot down. We'll switch sides, lifting that left foot up, bend in the knee, and we'll put the left foot down. This time we're going to step that right foot forward and point the foot. And release, and the left side. And release. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Next inhale with hands at the hip, lift that right knee up, holding it there, finding a still focal point, something that isn't moving, and release that right leg. We do the same thing on the left side, rooting that right foot down, engaging the core muscles, lifting the left knee, and release. This time we're going to go back to that right knee lift, but we're going to add the arms. Inhale as you lift that right knee up, and on the exhale, press the palms away from you as you extend the right leg out. And release the right foot or right leg. Go ahead and pedal the feet out a couple times. We'll do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, press the palms, extend the left leg forward. And release. We're going to keep adding on to this. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, kick it forward. Inhale, come through center. This time put the hands on the hips and bring those left or right toes back. Your torso is imitating the line of that back leg, so a little bit on the diagonal. Release that right foot, pedal the feet out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, press it forward. Inhale, bringing hands to hips. Step those left toes behind you. Bringing that torso on the diagonal, making sure that that low back isn't in cat back or cow back. And release the left leg. Pedal the feet out. We're going to start flowing on the right side. Inhale that right knee up. Exhale to press it forward. Inhale to come through center, a little softness in the left knee. This time we're going to keep that right leg lifted. Inhale, come through center, pressing the palms away. Now we can bring the arms overhead if you want to add a little bit. Starting to come through the center, keeping those abdominal muscles engaged. One more time, bringing that leg back. One more time forward, and release the right leg. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale as you lift that right leg up, or left leg up, press that left foot forward, slowly stepping that left leg behind you, starting to flow between bringing that leg extended in front of you and on the diagonal behind you. Couple more times. One more time coming forward, and then release that left leg. Go ahead and pedal the feet out a couple times. Come to that hip width stance. We're going to do that flow again and end in Warrior 3. And I will talk you through it. So we're going to inhale that right knee up. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, arms come overhead, leg comes back. Couple more times. Challenging that balance, that equilibrium. Next time we come forward, take a breath here, big inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to come right into warrior three, hinging at the hips as we tip into a capital T shape, maybe bringing the palms over the heart center or out to the sides, finding your pose here. Finding that focal point, staying with the balance. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose, pedal the feet out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Lift that left knee up, push the palms out, leg extends. Exhale, left leg comes back. Inhale to come through. Exhale to come back. Inhale to come through. This time when we come back, we'll come into warrior three. Finding that arm position, trying to keep the hips level, creating that capital T shape with the body. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose. Go ahead and pedal the feet a couple times. And then come back to that center position. We're going to come right into a chair pose. Again, making sure the toes are spread wide. Feet are pressing into the mat. Sweep the arms overhead as you bring the weight of the torso into the hips. Making sure knees and thighs are pulling towards each other, but knees are still tracking straight. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, bringing those hands together over the heart center, taking a twist to the right, pressing those palms together, keeping that right shoulder down away from the right ear. Inhale back to center, and we'll switch sides. Left ear stays away from the left shoulder. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, come back to center, swan dive down into the forward fold, shaking everything out. On the next inhale, come halfway up, lengthening the spine, slight tuck of the chin. And on the exhale, plant the hands, step back to the plank position. Coming through the top of the push-up, bringing that heart center forward, coming through with control, maybe coming into up dog or cobra. Big inhale here, and on the exhale, bring those hips up and back, coming into that upside down V shape, down dog. On the next inhale, raise that right leg up. And on the exhale, step that right foot through to the hands, coming into a low lunge. Checking in, right toes are in front of the right knee. Gaze is forward. One more inhale here. One more exhale. On the next inhale, plant that left hand, sweep the right arm up. Making sure that left arm is packed into the shoulder socket, supporting the torso. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the pose, stepping back to plank, maybe coming through the top of the push-up or pushing right back into down dog. Pedaling the feet, easing back into this down dog. And then coming to a still pose. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale to step that left foot through to the hands. Taking a breath or two here. Left knee is directly over the ankle, gaze is forward. On the next inhale, sweep the right arm or left arm up, coming into firefly. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release that left hand, stepping back to that plank position. This time we're going to bring those knees to the outside edges of the mat. Big toes come together. Push the hips back. Coming into an active child's pose or a frog's pose. You can keep the hands crossed with the forearms in front of the forehead. You can extend the arms out. You can also bring the palms together, bringing the palms over the crown of the head. Take a couple more breaths here. And on the next inhale, slowly release the pose. Coming up to that table position, bringing the knees back under the hips, wag the tail a couple times. And then we're going to put a cross in the ankles and come back to a seated position. This time we're going to come into bound angle, bringing the soles of the feet together. Try to peel the feet open like you're opening a book. You're trying to bring the knees as close to the mat as you can. The feet can be as close or as far from the body as is comfortable. And then lengthen the spine. You can use the fingers wrapped around the toes for a little bit of resistance. And then keeping the length in the spine, see if you can fold forward. Just to your natural stopping point, just to that point where you feel sensation. One more full breath here. And then slowly roll that torso up. We're going to bring the pointer and middle finger around the big toe, finding our weight on the sitting bones, maybe staying here and finding your balance here. If you want a little bit more, you can open up with one leg, or you can open up with both legs, coming into a bear pose. Keeping that length in the spine, one more inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly bring the soles of the feet together, gently place them back on the mat and fold back in. And notice if your fold is a little bit deeper, maybe easing into those inner leg muscles, stretching them out. On the next inhale, slowly bring the torso up, hands come under the knees, scoop the knees together, plant the hands by the hips, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Coming back to a center position, we're going to slowly come onto our backs using our giant imaginary beach ball, coming down one vertebra at a time. Hug the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Coming back to a center position. We're going to plant the feet hip width apart, making sure knees and toes are tracking the same direction. Hands will be by the hips, palms pressing into the mat as you lift the hips towards the ceiling, engaging those abdominals, engaging the glute muscles. From here, we're going to lift the heels, adding a little bit. You can always keep the heels flat if you're getting enough sensation without the heels lifted. Checking in with the facial muscles, keeping them soft. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, release the bridge. Bring the arms out like cactus arms or to a T. Draw the knees into the chest, and then drape the knees over to the left, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. Taking a spinal twist here, maybe looking over that right shoulder or towards the ceiling. Inhale to bring those knees through center, and on the exhale, drape the knees over to the right. Again, looking over that left shoulder up at the ceiling, making sure the neck feels okay. Take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll bring the knees back to center. Bring the knees wide towards the shoulders. Bring the arms to the inner legs, grabbing ankles, arches, big toes, maybe rocking side to side. Keeping the sacrum on the mat. Coming into happy baby. back to a center position. Hug the knees in one last time. This time, bring forehead to knees, hugging everything in. And on the exhale, release head, neck, and shoulders. Release the feet to find the corners of the mat, coming into final relaxation. Taking a few breaths here, integrating everything we've done, coming back to the breath and taking rest. Slowly start to roll your head side to side. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rotate the wrists and the ankles. And then sweep the arms overhead, taking a full body wake up stretch. Big inhale here. And on the exhale, roll onto your favorite side. Inhale to make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes can be closed, gaze can be down. Bring the palms together over the heart center. Taking a few more deep cleansing breaths here. Revisiting what your intention was. And taking another couple breaths here to think about how you can be more generous and more kind to yourself and to others. And I thank you for sharing this practice with each other and with me. And may the light in me honor the light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.